My grandmother is very important to me. Growing up, you want to have this connection to find a role model. Unfortunately, not having that role model as my mom was a big hindrance to my growth, because growing up in an environment where you're constantly being judged for who you are, or you're not accepted, you're not doing the right things in life, plays a big role in development. So my grandparents said, no matter what you do, be happy with who you are regardless. Doesn't matter your color of your skin, doesn't matter, your ethnicity, doesn't matter, what you like in this life. As long as you're comfortable with yourself, then other people will accept you for who you are. She's a big role model for me because there's no judgment. And I think taking that value of what she's instilled in me and then bringing it here to this gym, I also look at other people the same way. I give that respect to that person that's needed. Don't judge a book by its cover until you actually know the cover. I came out of a long-term relationship, 10 years. It was very abusive, and I kind of had to find my place in fitness again. Going through something so traumatic in a way, you gain weight, you have low self-esteem, you're like, where do I go with life at this point? I ended up going into doing fitness on my own, and I realized I wasn't really getting anything out of it. One day, online, Googled CrossFit 845, and I was like, I need to give this a try. I'm originally from the city, ended up moving back up here, came in, and then it just was like a place I felt home. Like, I was nervous to come in because someone who doesn't do CrossFit, you don't know, but being here and being able to be taught like the right way of how to do fitness, for me felt like it was the right fit. When you don't know something, you get very anxious and you're like, I just want to quit. But here it's like you don't quit. If you're at your lowest, you have someone at your side, wanting to lift you up. And for me, that's important versus other fitness organizations. Being in that relationship, for me, it was more like I made my life revolve around that person. When you do that, you just become very comfortable and you end up just doing what you want to do in that relationship. I think that relationship took me out of my comfort zone and said, who is Anthony? You know what I mean? Like, who am I? Like, my DNA. I am blessed that it came to an end, because now I know like who I am. Like, I'm independent, self-sufficient. I can do my own fitness without feeling, a type of way about myself anymore. That allowed me to come back here to say, this is where I was born and raised. Like, now to come back and bring my roots, because I didn't think I would be back here. You have to be happy with yourself, Nobody else is gonna change the narrative. You have to change the narrative within yourself. Taking the steps to look at your environment, what negative things are bringing you down, and then assess that within yourself so that you can become the person that you ultimately want to become. You're like your roadblock to the next step. I say this truthfully, I did pray about this. I was like, hey, listen, God, if you want me here, make it happen. And if you don't, remove me. And to me, I have faith, and it lined up perfectly. The members, right, the people I've met here, they constantly would say, hey, when are you coming back? Are you coming back? I haven't seen you. And to me, I'm like, if they genuinely didn't care, they wouldn't ask. And then it kept happening week over week, week over week. And then the week that I wasn't here, or I was in the city, I just felt like a void. I'm like, I miss these people. I had to take a step back to say, okay, stay in the Bronx for at least 2 to 3 more weeks to see how you feel. And then when I came back, it was like, when you see an old friend and you're like, oh, you pick up where you left off. It was the same feeling here. And I'm like, this is the place for me. It's not like we're strangers, we're literally family.